So I'm gonna talk about ego a little bit and about taking feedback. And this is specifically a video for me in the past, and maybe it will help you as well. I've I have a big ego. Let's just say it how it is, right? I have a big ego. It only got worse with the release of Halfquake and Halfquake Amen, and ever since then, it was this big, and then it kind of like deflated over time, maybe a little bit, but then it kind of blew up again. And every time I catch myself where I'm proud of something that I've done, and it's like the ego is coming back slowly. Like even just buying a new camera or whatever, and then people commenting on it, it inflates my ego again. I'm like, stop it. It is okay. I bought the camera for a reason. I bought it because the other camera was shit. I don't want my videos to be shit. I want my videos to be better. Okay, because I think it provides, I don't know. Maybe it provides more value or whatever, or people will feel like the stuff I see has more meaning. I don't know. Maybe the camera doesn't matter. I don't know. I feel like okay. I'm talking about something that's completely irrelevant to what I want to say, but you can see where this is going. So people always say, like, there's a phrase that says ego death, right? Right? What is that? Right? Ego death is about, to me, it is about accepting yourself as who you are and also presenting yourself to others, not in an inflated kind of way, but exactly like how you are at this moment. And I've learned a lot in the past 2 years about this, because I've been pitching myself and I've been pitching my project Phase in Despair for in front of industry experts and people that are further along in the game industry than I am, or maybe I ever will be. I don't know. But one of the most interesting events that happened for Phase in Despair, where my ego got a little bit of a dent, was I pitched it to, I don't really want to name anybody, but it was an industry professional. It was a pitch setting, a kind of a safe pitch setting, because there were several projects that were pitched in a safe environment where we could pitch it as though we were pitching it to a real publisher. And this person, he was actually a real publisher, but in this setting, he was just evaluating our pitch as if it was a real pitch, right? And I pitched Phase in Despair this way, and I remember it so clearly. I was done with my presentation, and he turned to me and said, "What is the game about?" All right. So you can you can interpret this in various ways. In one way, you can also say, "Well, this guy has a big ego as well." So there are already two egos clashing a little bit. But on the other hand, he has a lot of experience. So what he's saying is just what comes to his mind. And in this case, he was totally right. Like, my pitch was not good at all, and I came into this pitch meeting with the confidence of somebody who has made a really good pitch. And this pitch was not good. Like, the cards didn't have any art whatsoever. I was talking while the video was playing, the trailer that I made. And I was so confident in the idea of the game, which I still think the idea itself is very good, because people play it nowadays. Again, there's the ego coming through again. Did you notice? But yeah, this taught me a huge lesson, and I listened. Like, at this moment, I just said, "Oh, this was my response to him." I said, "Oh," and I was like, "Oh shit!" I completely bombed, and in that moment, I was like, "Okay, let's listen, and let's just write everything down." I wrote all the feedback down. Like, one of the feedback was that the map should not look like cards. It should look like more of a hex map. So if you see the game now with a hex map, this is because of this meeting, because of this guy. Like, every scene should look a little bit different. Was one of the feedbacks that I got from him. Cards should have art. I mean, this was not only feedback from him, but also, a lot of other people. And he actually told me that I should have at least a $10,000 budget for art for this game, which at this point I think I'm almost there. I've almost reached the two. Yeah, I think it's almost $10,000 at this point. Yeah. So he was right. He was right, and okay. But this was not the only point in time where, throughout the whole experiment or the whole project of Faith in Despair, I had just had to learn to accept feedback and not be so adamant about my own ideas or about my own position. I mean, the art question was a huge one. I just had to accept it at some point. I was really of the opinion that art does not matter. You might hear my cat. It's fine. She just ate. She's fine. Just wants attention. But yeah, it's what was I going to say? Yeah, exactly. I read the book just recently, and it's called "What Got You Here Won't Get You There." It is a really good book. Basically, it is about very successful people stuck being on their level, like they cannot get further. And what they do is they do a feedback round, like a 360-degree feedback round. They ask a lot of people around them, ask them for feedback, and then ask what they should change or how they can improve. And usually it's stuff like this person is just obnoxious to work with, and then this feedback reaches this person, and the person says, well, that's who I am. That's just who I am. If I change my character, I will not be successful anymore, right? But this is usually in the examples of the book, this was never the case. Like, they could actually be more successful if they just changed this one character trait. It is not why they were successful up until this point. They were successful despite this point, despite this character flaw, which is really interesting to me. But one thing in the book was also mentioned in regards to taking feedback. And I kind of wish I had known this before, but I kind of learned this on my own a little bit throughout the development of Faith in Despair. But one of the biggest things was accepting feedback is so important, to just take the feedback and say thank you. That's all you need to do. Just accept the feedback, embrace it, like every piece of feedback out there, embrace it and just say thank you, and that's it. Do not like explain yourself, or do not find any excuses why it is the way it is. Or like I used to, whenever I got feedback, whatever that was in regards to my projects or whatever, I got really defensive. I still do. I'm trying to get better at this, but you cannot start being defensive. You just have to accept the feedback and then maybe figure it out on your own, like in your own time, what the feedback really means, what the person's needs are that they are portraying with that feedback, because it's always about personal needs or whatever. This is something that is talked about in nonviolent communication. But yeah, taking feedback is so important, and taking feedback in a non-defensive way and not put any excuses forward is really, really important. And I think this fact alone has helped me already, like especially after launch of my game. It is like there was a lot of heated feedback where people were like very emotional, because the game evokes some emotional reactions if if your run goes really badly, and there's just a lot of emotion, which is another topic for another time, I guess. But yeah, taking feedback and then not letting your ego shine through, or because everybody has an ego in some form or another. And yeah, I'm still learning that, and I thought I just wanted to talk about this. But yeah, ego death. I don't know if I ever had a real ego death. Maybe maybe I got close to it with that presentation. But yeah, I guess that's about it. Yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye.